How's it going, Commanders? So, for today's video, we actually got quite a few things returning to save the world, as well as Battle Royale. Sad to say, no V-Bucks, but we do have the return of the Art Deco Llamas, and I'll explain to you why that is important in a bit. We also got some weapon superchargers, we got Lynx back in the event shop, and we got the return of the Kpop Demon Hunter bundles in Battle Royale. But before any of that, if you Commanders want to support me, please follow or subscribe depending on the platform, leave a like, and hey, maybe leave a comment, would be most appreciated. So, starting us off in the item shop, we still got the Tidy Whitey's Homer bundle. Comes with, well, the same Homer skin, just in his underwear. Wonderbat, Homer's toolbox. We still got Itchy and Scratchy, and I still love the fact that we got Itchy as the sidekick. That's actually really ingenious. Hopefully, one of these days, we got Scooby-Doo in the game. I want a Tom and Jerry bundle with Jerry as a sidekick too. I would pay top dollars for that. But we also still got the Bart Simpson bundle. Kpop Demon Hunters is back in the item shop. Comes with Mira, Rumi, and Best Girl Zoe. We also got Hatsune Miku still available, EVX, Jonesy the Secondist, Heroic Hope, and Night Unit Marksman back. Battle Bus still here. Stranger Things The Party is still available. Vecna's still here, Eleven is still here, Chief Opera and the Demigorgon are still here. No Sweat section, same as before. Littlest Snail's Locker bundle is still available. Squid Games are still here, along with the, well, Frontman, the Squid Managers, and all the other ones. Victory Vibes, all these emotes will be leaving tomorrow afternoon, so I wonder if we're going to get anything new, actually. Jason, sad to say, is going to be leaving tomorrow afternoon, but I am so happy I was able to get him when he returned. Teacup Cheap Up is still here with the Air Jordan and Nike GT. Birds of a Feather, the Get Flocked bundle, the Birds of a Feather and Flock Together bundle are still here. Battle Ready, we got Pleasant Patroller, Syncopator, Mado Marauder, Axiom, Hula is back, Balletic is back, Synth Striker, Scion, Drop the Bass, Prickly Pose, Spike It, Sticky Situation, Like a G6 is back in the item shop with Summit Seeker Eve, and Like a G6 by Far East Movement featuring the Cataracts and Dev. We also got the same kicks as before, but finally these things are going to be leaving. Marvel section is going to be leaving as well. A couple of other jam tracks will be leaving. Actually, I think that's the only one. Yeah, Bad Bunny is the only one that's going to be leaving tomorrow afternoon. F1 Racers finally is going to be leaving the item shop. We still got Kai Cenat available. Sabrina Carpenter is still here. Tyler the Creator is still here. Lamborghini, the McLaren, Ferrari, vehicle accessories are still here, and they're all the same. And by the looks of it, same special offers and bundles as before. So, only a few returning items, nothing really new, but again, that's to be expected. We're close to the end of this season, so they're probably just holding everything off until like the end, or until the new season starts, and then we're going to get a whole bunch of new things. But, moving on to our mission rewards, over in, let's see, Plankerton. Power level 28 fight category 2 storm mission. I believe this is it right here. Yes. We got the healing pad available, which is honestly one of the best healing traps to use, even though there's only 2 really. But honestly, the healing pad is so much better than the campfire because the campfire heals you gradually and it costs carved twine, which is, it's not difficult to get, but it's just, it doesn't give enough. A lot of the materials that you farm don't give you enough carved twine. Plus, you use that for a lot of other weapons and other traps, so it's best to use it for those instead of campfires. So I would highly recommend using the healing traps instead. Let's see. Moving on to Canny Valley. Power level 46, fight category 3 storm mission. We got the Mercury LMG. This is a light machine gun that is stuck to energy element, but it still does an insane amount of damage, and it does feel like you're shooting a bottomless pit of ammunition. Let's see. Power level 52, where is it again? Oh, here we go. Build the radar grid. The Zapper, it's a decent trap to use. It's not a crowd clearing trap, and it does an insane amount of damage. So, the best place I would put a Zapper is at the end of your trap tunnels, after all the squishy husks have been eliminated, and you just have to focus on the bigger threats. Because the Zapper only shoots out one arc of electricity and aims directly at the strongest husk. Let's see. Another good trap to use, actually. In a power level 58, where are you at? 58? that destroy the encampment? Oh, here we go. We have the anti-air trap. I've gushed about this trap so many times, but this is seriously a lifesaver even for the endgame missions. This is able to save your base from airborne attacks like lobbers or flingers, or from explosives like the propane husks. So yes, I would definitely get this. Let's see. Over Entwined Peaks. And a power level 100 refuel the home base mission. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I believe this is it. Yup. We got the Stabsworth the Third, which is one of the few melee weapons that you are able to perk this thing up with nothing but speed, attack speed. So you are going to be a walking blender with this melee weapon. But the Stampede is another great shotgun to use. It fires just like the tactical assault rifle, and it does an insane amount of damage. The only reason that not a lot of people use this is because it costs a lot of materials to craft. If you want basically the same thing, the Huskbuster is a scavenger shotgun that actually uses less materials. So you're going to be doing the same amount of insane damage just with less crafting materials, which is honestly very, very good. Let's see. Power level 116, evacuate the shelter. We do have a legendary lead survivor. And in a power level 124, eliminate and collect, we got a legendary survivor. These two are very necessary to power up your power level, gain access to all these more difficult missions here, so get them while you can. And a power level 132, here we go, destroy the encampment, we got Colonel Wildcat. She is a soldier with commander perk leadership. Decreases Warcry cooldown by 38%, which is definitely a huge bonus if you plan on making a Warcry build. Warcry not only buffs you with an extra 40% damage, movement speed, and what is it? Melee speed? Yeah, melee speed as well. But this also buffs your allies as well. Anybody who's close to you will actually get this 40% buff. So I would definitely recommend getting her if you are using her to be able to buff yourself and your teammates. And lastly, in the item shop, we do have, as I mentioned before, 5 Art Deco Llamas available. And this is very important because tomorrow I will be releasing a video regarding the best soldier hero loadout for this season of Ventures. A little sneak peek, if I can go ahead and find him real quick, is, let's see, Art Deco, here we go. We got Noir. He is a soldier with the commander perk Pump Metal. Lefty and righty eliminations extend its durations by 2 seconds up to a maximum of 10 eliminations. Now, you're not going to use him as a commander, you're going to use him as a support. Just that 1 extra second duration for 10 eliminations, that's an extra 10 seconds for your lefty and righty. He is very useful for your lefty and righty build, which is one of the builds I'm going to be showing tomorrow in my video. So, if you do get the chance, again, these llamas are a look of the draw. I would highly recommend getting these llamas and just gunning it for Noir. But lastly, we also do have the return of Lynx Cassandra. Now, you might remember her from the Battle Pass a long time ago, but she's actually a ninja here in Save the World with the commander perk Hang Time. Using Kunai Storm grants hover for 4 seconds and increases your damage by 140% during the time you're hovering. 4 seconds for 140% damage of everything you are holding. That is an insane amount of damage. That is a huge buff. Even though 40% is good, you would definitely want to use the 140%, seeing as how ninjas do also get that little bit of a buff for melee weapons. She is the ideal hero to use, especially if you are trying to beat the Mythic Storm King to get the mythic weapons. So now that she's in the event shop, please go get her. But we also have Snowstrike too, and I've made a video on her as well. She is a ninja with the commander perk North Star. Throwing stars freeze enemies for 4 seconds instead of dealing damage. Enemies frozen by North Star explode for 167 base water damage. If they receive melee damage or damage from another throwing star, it causes an explosion, basically. Additional throwing star effects and damage will be applied during North Star explosion. So, basically, every time you use your throwing star and freeze a husk, Just whack them with your pickaxe or any melee weapon that you got, causes a huge boom, and deals a lot of damage to nearby husks. She is one of my favorite ninjas to use, and even though we are in a water storm season with Frozen Fjords, the 167 base water damage is still nothing to scoff at. She is still a great ninja to use, especially during this season of Ventures, where your ability cooldowns actually get lower, so you're able to freeze and cause explosions over and over and over again. Definitely get her when you have the chance. And that about does it for today. Seriously though, I highly recommend, for those of you who do play Save the World a lot, please get the Art Deco Llamas, because you could get the chance of getting Noir, a really great soldier that will help you out with your lefty and righty ability. For those of you, again, who don't know what I'm talking about, I am going to be making a video regarding lefty and righty, specifically a good hero loadout for Ventures. Should be out by tomorrow. Just gotta go ahead and tweak out the editing a little bit. So hopefully it should be out by tomorrow. Still though, I highly recommend getting it, seeing as how Noir is part of those hero loadouts. But other than that, if you guys like my content, why not leave a like? And if you guys want to get more updates regarding the game, why not drop a follow? Until then, as always, stay safe and game on!